Give me my tank top on. Summertime. Best time. It gets hot. So this week's topic, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Professor X. Friday with the Ability 401. And this week's topic is the positive things that has become in our lives because of our spinal cord injury. And I see a lot. I see so many positive things that I have come to see that I may not have seen before my disability. Now, don't get me wrong, this topic isn't about that we don't go through a struggle and we don't have our bad days. It's not about that. It's about what makes your day today better than it would have been if maybe you were not in your situation. So I think about a lot of things I would never have been able to learn. Not saying that I still didn't make mistakes along the way, but just myself inside. Just the way that I treated people, you know. A lot of times you don't see that because you're as, let's put it in this way, options. You know, I was given a lot of options that didn't give me time to think of mistakes that I made. You know, random relationships. If my options was big, like from one to the next to the next, how could I have ever known or looked at a relationship or looked at something had the time? This time around, I have a lot of time to think. And I think that's what this situation brings, that I never had time to think. You know, what I wish that I could use all that I've learned and experienced and didn't have the ability again. Sure, of course. I mean, come on. We're human beings. It would be, you know, unnatural to say, for me, that I wouldn't want to be whoever I was a day before my situation. But what I have done, people I've met, you know, any of you followed in their work, you know, I've met a lot of people that I probably don't know. I can't say I wouldn't have met because my goal and my drive before my accident, I have met people, so I have been involved with different people. So I can't say that I wouldn't be doing it. Like, would you be doing that today if you was? I think who I am says more than I think what I've experienced. Like what I would have or wouldn't have. I don't think it, to me, I don't think it has nothing to do with my disability. You know, I'm not saying that everything about my disability that I have, you know, seen, I may have seen before because I was in a different place, in a different situation. So the different things that I've experienced, I definitely wouldn't be doing. Like I probably wouldn't have went to Hong Kong with Dr. Wise. You understand what I'm saying? And that's something like I've never been there. And then was at Run Shaw Hall. You know, I used to always watch the Kung Fu movies. Gordon Liu, Alexander Fusheng, Jackie Chan, Wong Ching Lee, Bruce Lee, all those movies I used to watch at home. I would have never thought I would go to Hong Kong. You understand what I'm saying? I never thought that would have been a reason. So me going to Hong Kong, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of different people that I've met along the way. Dana Reed, you know, Senator Hillary Clinton. You know, I've seen senators, politicians. I've talked to, met, taken pictures with. You know, a lot of that I've experienced because of my spinal cord. And that's because I always still had that drive and that goal as an artist in some way, you know. DJing is my thing. Hold up, I don't know why I didn't turn the TV off before, but let me turn the TV off. It's a quick break, y'all. Professir X gotta turn off this TV, y'all. It's a little bit of loud, y'all. Okay, I'm coming back. I'm back. So, I think there's so much positive things I learned. And like I said, inside, deep inside, like the lessons I've learned. Like the way, you know, you respect others and the way, I'm not saying that I'm a perfect man now. I still make my mistakes. But I know a lot more than I have the time to know. And come to a point where I have found out I made a lot of mistakes. And before, I would have never thought I made a mistake because my options was always open. It's like you have one problem with one relationship, you find another one. You know, so many fish in the sea. But this time, I'm not in the streets. I'm not out there like that. I'm not in the clubs. I'm not out there doing parties. I'm not around all the fishes anymore. And like I said maybe before, my space is not a place to go fishing because majority of the people you may meet are far away. And long distance relationships don't always work. You know, you live somewhere, you date in your area. And I tend to don't interact in my area too much because, you know, these people, you know, the least drama you have. So it's another thing I've learned. So there's just been so many things that I've done and I've learned. I learned how to edit. I learned writing, you know, putting together ideas for videos and skits. There's so much that I have embedded inside that's just waiting for that opportunity to put them out there more. And I think I've learned a lot. I learned loyalty, disloyalty, that's the word. I learned about friends, about acquaintances. I learned so much, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you learn who's really there for you, and you learn who's not there for you, or who was there for you. You just learn a lot, and you know, you learn respect, and you learn understanding. You know, you just get, it's just so much that I had the time to find out that I may not have found out. And I think that's one thing. I don't think too much of many things I experienced, like goals I worked towards. Because like I said, when I was 18, 19 years old, I was DJing on one of the #1 underground radio stations in New York. I was DJing at Latin Quarters. I met everyone. There's Marcus, that's Sonic, Salt and Pepper, Eric B, Kool Keith. Kool Keith was the first person I've ever met. I don't know if anybody of y'all know who Kool Keith is. Well, from Ultramagnetic MCs, you know. I don't think anything that I'm doing now may not have been driven to do that, because I love the DJ so much, the parties and stuff. But I've never learned so much about, I think, me as a person and maybe people as a people all together And just some things that I think some things people do are petty. You know? Like Amber said, like you see like some people like just wake up and they're more miserable than you are. I see people who have the ability to wake up and they already start their day miserable. Like wow, like they don't know. And that's just it. I wouldn't have known either. And I think that's why we see a different way of life in a lot that we have learned. And that's what's good for us. That's our purpose. And yes, it has a lot to do with faith as well. I think that's it too. We learn a lot. We learn to appreciate it. Like, to wake up and get up. To be able to go in there and cook your own food. Wash yourself. Wipe your own ass. Dress yourself. I mean, when you don't know what it's not like to have it, you can't wake up appreciating it. You can't just wake up appreciating like, damn, I'm up and I'm happy. Some people wake up, oh man, the day is already miserable. Like, what's wrong? You're like, people like us, it's like, what's wrong? Like, you're standing on your 2 feet. You don't have to wait for nobody to feed you, bathe you, dress you, take you out. What's wrong? They don't understand. And that's what's sad, that we understand. And that's our victory. And I think that's our biggest lesson, is that now we know and we appreciate it. And whatever life is, whatever the next door that opens for us after this physical realm, we have something within ourselves and we know a lot hold better. So if there is another society that we have to face in another way, we know a lot more of appreciation of things that we have. So I think that's where I can go from there. That's Professor X Friday. I want y'all to enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go see Damon Rose here perform. And have a good weekend, everybody. I love you. See you soon.